So we got some interesting Star Wars news here. So it seems that Rosario Dawson has been cast as a live-action Ahsoka Tano. So many Clone Wars fans are finally going to get to see Ahsoka actually in live action, which would be The Mandalorian Season 2. Well, here comes the bad part of the news. Apparently the bad news here is that Twitter Puritans are outraged, and they're already trying to cancel Rosario Dawson. Shocker, am I right? Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, Ahsoka Tano is someone that many Star Wars fans really enjoy. I mean, the Clone Wars, it's a pretty good animated series. I do enjoy it, and I think Ahsoka Tano was a very good part of it. Now, thing is, while Rosario Dawson is said to be cast as Ahsoka, well, the Puritans are really throwing a lot of hate here. So let's take a look at the news first, talking about the casting, and then let's take a look at the issues that's going on with Twitter, right? So this article is by Bounding Into Comics. A new report details that Rosario Dawson will play a live-action Ahsoka Tano in The Mandalorian Season 2. The report comes from Slash Film. They state, "We have exclusively learned that Rosario Dawson will appear in The Mandalorian Season 2 and are excited to report that she will be playing a fan-favorite character previously only seen in the Star Wars animated productions. Dawson will be playing a live-action version of Ahsoka Tano, Anakin Skywalker's Jedi Padawan apprentice, who appeared in Star Wars The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels." I think Rosario Dawson, she looks the part. She looks pretty well to the part. So, I think it'd be interesting to see how she takes on this role. But, while, of course, she's been cast, and not long after this was announced, okay, not long after this was known, that's when Twitter, leave it to Twitter, right? That's when the Twitter Puritans just jumped the gun to doing what they can to try to get rid of her. Because, they always have to find something wrong with somebody, right? They always have to find somebody and try to cancel them. We see this time and time again with the Twitter Puritans. After Rosario Dawson reported to play Ahsoka Tano, segment of Star Wars fans demand the role be recast. Who's really surprised? Because I know I'm not. I'm not surprised that this would happen. I'm not surprised that the Puritans would try to get her canceled. It's just something they typically do. After Rosario Dawson was rumored to play Ahsoka Tano in Season 2 of The Mandalorian, a segment of Star Wars demanded the role be recast. Now, there was a lot of statements on Twitter. We're going to go over what the Puritans had to say, but taking a look at this. Following these reports, a segment of Star Wars fans began using the hashtags #NotMyAhsoka and RecastAhsoka. They began demanding Disney recast the character, with many claiming Rosario Dawson is a phobic person. So, then of course, you have a few tweets here. One person had to say, "Disney just hired a phobe to play Ahsoka. Disney has just hired someone who assaulted a trans man to play Ahsoka because he was trans. This only happened 2 years ago. Please recast Ahsoka." And then another person responded with, "Ahsoka is technically WLW. She's queer. She deserves better than to be portrayed by a phobic person like Rosario Dawson. Hashtag #NotMyAhsoka. Hashtag RecastAhsoka." And of course, they would use any words that they could find to try to ruin her reputation. That's what the Twitter Puritans always do, right? "She is a phobic woman that is about to play a beloved character. Please recast Ahsoka." I mean, they're really trying. And of course, they throw up articles as well. Another person had to say, "Recast Ahsoka, cast Jasmine Cephas Jones instead." Somebody else that they could try to find. And then, of course, yet again, "How about casting a non-phobic person to play Ahsoka like Laura Harrier?" Every time. It's the same thing. It's the same comment. Now, this was an interesting one. "Recast Ahsoka. Listen, Disney is doing something wrong here. You already had a great choice for a live-action Ahsoka. Ashley Eckstein would be the best choice, and she said she wants to do a live-action Ahsoka." You see, here's the thing about that. So when it comes to the industry of acting, so say you want to do live action stuff first, right? Typically what happens is, yeah, of course, if you get into it, then you go into live action roles, and then of course you can easily transition into voice acting roles. But the role doesn't work the other way around. If you decide to go into voice acting first, and then you decide to try to do a live action role, you're more than likely not going to get it. So it's usually harder within the industry to actually, get a live action role if you start off with voice acting. That's usually how this rolls. And, vice versa. Whenever you start live action, it's easy to get into voice acting. It's odd how it works, but it's how it works usually. And then, of course, if you try to look through Twitter, you'll find that the Puritans have found an article or dug up something. They always do this when they try to cancel somebody. They always try to do whatever they can to take them down. So whatever they find, they'll throw it up there the moment they can. It's the same case every time. It always is.
Whenever I see a news story about Rosario Dawson, it feels wild, not to mention that she and her family are currently being sued for allegedly assaulting and abusing a trans employee.
Note, allegedly. Allegedly. Key phrase there. Allegedly. Hasn't been proven, but allegedly. They always jump the gun to these things as well. So continuing onward with these tweets,
I can't tell if people just aren't aware of this or if they have some reason to believe the accusation is false. All we know is the allegations are detailed and alarming. Rosario Dawson's lawyer denied those allegations. This is a lawsuit between a rich, beloved, well-connected celebrity and a household handyman with no media profile.
You see, that's the thing. Law Twitter, Law Twitter immediately damns anybody that they are against. It doesn't matter about it going to a court of law. Oh, no. To them, it's, hey, let's go ahead and destroy this person. Who cares about what it has to say legally? Let's just go ahead and just damn them already. Let's just go ahead and say they're guilty, even though it hasn't been proven yet. Let's just finish them off. So instead of, letting it be taken care of by the law, by a court of law, they just decide that they're going to take it into their hands and just go ahead and judge it. And every time they judge it, you know what that means. They're going to just say,
guilty, 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 you're so guilty.
That's what they always do. More people had to say, okay, I'm not angry anymore, I'm sad. I've always wanted Ahsoka in live action, but not like this. Rosario Dawson is an awful person, and she doesn't deserve to play one of the kindest character in all Star Wars. Don't you mean kindest characters? Saying. Ahsoka's heart is so big, she can't be played by a phobe. That's the thing. They always do it. They always do this. Every time, they have to do it. They have to try to plead and scream over things, especially when they haven't had it proven yet. They jump to conclusions anyways. It's what they always do.
We love Ahsoka, champion of LGBTQ plus rights, so keep Rosario Dawson the F away from her and Mando.
Wait, is she LGBTQ plus? Really? Ahsoka? Really? Okay. I haven't heard anything about that. Okay. But this is the article they always bring up every time. Rosario Dawson and her family sued over alleged phobic assault. The actor and girlfriend of presidential candidate Cory Booker allegedly attacked a transgender employee in Los Angeles, the lawsuit claims. See, it claims, we go back to allegedly, so without it being proven, though, the thing is, when it's alleged, right, that doesn't mean that it actually happened. Now, I wasn't there. I can't tell you what happened. I can't sit over here and say, oh, yes, it definitely happened. I can't say, oh, no, it didn't happen. But this is what it reports on. A trans man alleges that actor Rosario Dawson and her family subjected him to phobic, offensive things and abuse, according to a suit filed in a Los Angeles court. Dawson, 40, is the girlfriend of Democratic presidential candidate Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey. Now, mind you, this was while he was running for president. So keep in mind, when things like this come out, well, it can also come down to timing. Now, am I saying this didn't actually happen? No. Am I saying this did happen? No. But timing can play a factor. The suit filed Friday alleges that Dawson and 3 members of her family violated Dedrick Finley's civil rights by discriminating against him for his status. The suit seeks damages for that, as well as battery, assault, emotional distress, and several other allegations. Neither the family's lawyer, Alan Kossoff, nor representatives for Rosario Dawson immediately responded to NBC News requests for comment. Okay, so pay very close attention to this next part. According to the suit, Finley, 55, moved from Beacon, New York to Los Angeles in December 2017 to work as a handyman for the Dawson family and renovate and remodel Rosario's personal residence, which promised him consistent work. He later moved into a North Hollywood home rented by the family and soon after came out to them as trans, telling the family that he would now be known as Dedrick and use he, him pronouns. Okay. Immediately after Finley came out as trans, the family misgendered him multiple times each day with deliberate indifference as to the appropriate way to address Mr. Finley. Okay, this lawsuit is so stupid. I mean, so does that mean that I could take someone to court if they were to call me, a hater, or throw some kind of cuss word at me or whatever, so that means I could just take them to court over that? I mean, because that's what it sounds like to me. This case just sounds ridiculous. Now, of course, I don't agree with people trying to misgender people as an insult. I mean, I don't agree with that. But, it just sounds more like they are just trying to be all like, well, you didn't respect my pronoun, so I deserve money from you. That's literally what this sounds like to me. Rosario Dawson acted with deliberate indifference and did nothing to correct the situation. Instead, in response to Mr. Finley's complaints, Rosario would respond to Mr. Finley, "You're a grown woman," despite the fact that Finley had come out as trans to the family. Oh, man, I mean, this case, I'm actually quite surprised that you could take someone to court over that. I'll be real with you. It just sounds really bizarre. The suit alleges that in February of last year, just months after coming out, Finley was ordered to move out but refused to because there was no legal grounds for his eviction. Thing is, if somebody owns property and say you were on that property, doesn't matter who you are, this goes for anybody, if the property owner evicts you and they just decide they're going to evict you, they have the right because they own the property. Just saying. On April 28, 2018, Finley alleges that the family worked together to assault him. Isabel Dawson, Rosario's mother, allegedly dragged Finley by his arm out a window and then attacked him. Well, that was her mother. Thing is, it sounds like they just didn't have a good relationship, is what it sounded like. It sounded like things just weren't as a healthy relationship. At least that's the way I see it, but that's just me. But, of course, leave it to the Twitter Puritans to obviously just jump to conclusions as they always do, and then try to cancel somebody because they disagree with them, or they find whatever they can to try to attack them over, because that's exactly what happens each and every time. Because the Twitter Puritans always jump to Twitter, and they always try to cancel people that they don't like or disagree with. But anyways, let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Subscribe to the channel if you were new here, and make sure you were still subscribed, because YouTube is unsubscribing people from all their favorite channels, so make sure you were still subscribed to all your favorite channels. Hit the video with a like if you enjoyed, and also be sure to share the video on social media, spread the word, and get it out there. It's greatly appreciated, and it really helps out the channel a lot. Also, be sure to follow me on Discord. We have a wonderful community there, and it will also keep you up to date on when the newest videos will be released. Not only that, but it will keep you up to date on other upcoming events in the future, so be sure to follow me on Discord. The link is in the description down below. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today, and remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.